is an interesting question, period. When we're talking about purchasing power parity, we have several different ideas. Absolute purchasing power parity basically says that the price of a Big Mac in London equals the price of a Big Mac in Tokyo, which equals the price of a Big Mac in New York. Right? In fact, there is actually a Big Mac index that I think is published by the Financial Times. And then we have relative purchasing power parity, which basically says that the percent change in the exchange rate is equal to the relative inflation differentials. Okay? And actually, we need to go a step further because we never really see absolute purchasing power parity because currencies actually have risk premia built into them. That is, if you were to take a look at, for instance, the Argentine peso versus the US dollar, even if everything else looked the same, interest rates were the same and whatnot, Argentinians would probably prefer to hold their currency positions in dollars rather than Argentine pesos, any surplus that they had. And U.S. residents, given a choice, would probably want to hold their currencies in dollars, the U.S. dollar being a safe haven. So we really need to focus on the exchange rate being a function of the price differential and a risk premium. So that E equals the domestic price level divided by the foreign price level times 1 plus a risk premium. All right, and if we took logarithms, it's the logarithm of the exchange rate would equal the logarithm of some constant alpha times the logarithm of the domestic price level, plus some constant beta times the logarithm of the foreign price level, plus some constant gamma times the logarithm of 1 plus the risk premium. Okay, and these will also follow, some sort of a time series process. The risk premium need not be constant. And if you want to think about this, think about Turkish lira. All right, several years ago, the risk premium was rather small, but then the economy went into a tailspin when there was the attempt on the president's life. And neither Turks nor foreigners wanted to hold balances in Turkey. So that risk premium increased quite a bit. All right, so you will have a risk premium that will follow some sort of a time series process, and it may even have a jump process built into it. So what you would want to do is basically take the log differences of these variables and recognize that if we don't know what the risk premium is per se, but you can take a guesstimate at it by taking the difference between where the exchange rate is and the implied absolute purchasing power level and see how that process evolves over time. I hope this gives you an idea of how you might want to start here, okay? The idea is you're grabbing your exchange rate data. You probably want to do it on a daily basis or a monthly basis. Well, you have to do it on a monthly basis with the inflation. And calculate a guesstimate for the risk premium, take log differences, and see if the individual tests are stationary. My guess is that you'll find that the inflation in the exchange rate movements will be stationary after a single difference. Anyway, I hope that helps, and have a great day.